Well, just to reiterate our breaking news this morning, and the former president of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, has died. It has been announced by the current Zimbabwean president, Emmerson Mnangagwa, who has said on Twitter, "It is with the utmost sadness that I announce the passing on of Zimbabwe's founding father and former president, Robert Mugabe. He was an icon of liberation, a Pan-Africanist who dedicated his life to the emancipation and empowerment of his people. His contribution to the history of our nation and continent will never be forgotten. May his soul rest in eternal peace." Some people may look on that statement slightly cynically. A man who was in power for a long time, but who, towards the last sort of decade or so of his time in power, had seen the country plunge into economic crisis, the mortality rate rising, unemployment hitting 50%, the seizure of white farms causing an awful lot of concern, despite his initial talk about racial integration when he initially took power. And a man who ultimately was deposed in a coup, a man who had sacked Emmerson Mnangagwa as his first vice president in order, it was thought, to give his wife the chance to become president in his stead if he was to step down. But he is nevertheless being given a glowing tribute on Twitter by Emmerson Mnangagwa. We're going to be talking to our Africa correspondent very shortly.